Welcome back to Heroes Next Door. Today we are in Indiana. We are about a half hour from Indianapolis. We are in New Whiteland, and this is New Whiteland Fire Department. Let's do a station cribs and let's see what they have. So New Whiteland Fire Department is a volunteer service. They have roughly about 25 members currently, but it started back in 1953, and rumor has it that two brothers were fighting and they wanted to create their own town. So they were in Whiteland, and the brother had some kind of dispute and created this new town of New Whiteland. And the fire department kind of followed with it. They have all their own water, they have their fire department, police department, all those kind of things go along with that. So they did a real good job. This is the original building where we're standing now. This was an engine bay at one point, but they've done a lot of renovations. They had 3 renovations over their lifetime. And as I walk through the building, you're going to see that. And this is a little watch room. They set up a little bit of history here of, their old building. They got some pictures of that. This is kind of a watch room. You can see some of their boots and old coats. This is a display for the public to come in and, really understand who this company is about. As I make my way from the foyer into the department, we have 2 different options right here. I can go down the house side, or I can go down the business side. And going down the business side is where their offices are. They have a classroom down here, they do the Con Ed, they teach CPR and so forth. But before we get into the house side, do us a favor. Hit that subscribe, hit that notification, and we're gonna be bringing you a whole lot more. So doing a 180 out of the business side, I wanna talk a little bit more about how they operate here. They use paid personnel during the day. They do 11 to 7, and then they also have some on the weekends from 8 to 4. But it is a volunteer service, and they have it set up for that. Let's go take a look at their crew room and their bunk rooms. So as I make my way into the house side, I'm gonna make an immediate right into one of 2 bunk rooms. They set these up for the volunteers for those weather days. Right now it's February, it's cold, things happen, they wanna make sure that the crews get out. But what it's also set up for are those people that aren't in the township or the district that wanna volunteer here. So they require those people to spend, a couple nights a month here in order to make sure these trucks get out on time. Coming out of the bunk room here, I noticed that they have a private bathroom, they have a private shower, and right across the hall is where we go into their day room. This is where they have it set up very nice for the volunteers because they're not running a whole lot of calls per year. They're running an average of 550 calls per year, but they want to create that brotherhood, that service that we all know from fire departments. And this is a perfect place for it. They got the pictures on the wall, they got comfortable seating, television, internet, everything that you need to kind of hang out with your friends, understand, learn from each other, tell stories. This is a perfect place to do that. So coming out of the day room here, we're gonna zigzag our way down the hallway. We're gonna immediately go into the kitchen. And this is where that theme of brotherhood really continues to play. They had a deputy chief that built this table, and he built it large enough so everybody could sit around it. This is a place where we're gonna share meals with each other. This is where we're gonna, spend some time and talk. Whether it's in the day room or here, camaraderie is what it's all about. Sharing meal with each other is what it's all about. Learning how to do this service is very, very important. So coming out of the kitchen, I want to step back out in the hallway that we zigzag down. And one thing that I noticed from firehouse to firehouse, the hallways aren't just hallways. This is the time that many of these stations, even though this is only built in 1953, they want to portray some of their history. So they put a lot of their pictures up of their old apparatus, some of the fire calls, some of the crews that have been here over time to show the history, where they were and where they want to go. And so every firehouse that we're going to, this is a great place to do that. So making our way back down the hallway, we're going to be hitting the engine bay. Real quick to my left is their watch room. This is where the computers, you can do homework, you can surf the internet. Good place to kind of relax and do a lot of the business. Through this door is their engine bay, and they have some very cool vehicles. Let's take a look. Making my way into the engine bay, I noticed that they have 2 support vehicles here, but also, if I look around this, they take pride in this station. It's very clean, it's well kept. They have a lot of things in here that we're gonna walk you through. They have a cascade system to fill their air bottles. They repurposed an entire room. As I go into here, they were told that this, before the last renovation, which was the 3rd renovation, was their living room area. They repurposed it to make it a weight room. They know that physical fitness is important to everybody, so they were able to get some equipment, put it in here. It even was storage at one point. But in the engine bay, we're gonna talk about these trucks. They have 2 support vehicles. They have one Ford Expedition, and then they have a Dodge pickup truck. So this is their 2008 Expedition. They got it from a neighboring fire service. And the reason that they did that is because they want to be very fiscally responsible with the money that they're given. It's set up to do both EMS and fire service, but it also has a board here to be command. Very cool to have as a support vehicle, but they have one more. Let's go take a look at that. So their second support vehicle is a 2016 2500 series Dodge Ram pickup truck. It has enough seating for 4 and their EMS gear set up here. But the cool thing about this is they set this back end up really nice with a pull-out drawer. A lot of the business comes right out of here. Flip open the gate, drop down the tailgate, and pull this drawer out. In this drawer, they have many air packs. They have their backboards, they have their oil drives, and any of their hazmat stuff that they might need on a scene. This thing carries it and it brings it to the scene. So before I finish up in this engine bay, I want to take a quick minute and talk about the maps they have. They have one of the fire district, which tells you all the mutual aid guys around, but they also have a map of their actual town. And in here, they have all the streets, all the houses, and it gives you a good idea on why this fire department is here. So one of the most important things in the back of this apparatus bay is their memorial. We've seen memorials in the past. We went to Keystone and seen a memorial there. We went to Goodwill, there's a memorial there. But this one is set up very unique. They have their gear here. It's almost like they're ready to go. These are the guys that, put in the time, put in the service to build this department. And what better way to portray that these guys are part of the department, whether they're here or not. Perfect way to do that. So moving from their apparatus bay, we're walking into their engine bay. This is the third addition to it. In the back of it, they store a lot of stuff. They have their washers, their dryers, their oil drives, their extra cans, hoses. They have a workbench over there. They have a door for some training, but really, they have 2 very beautiful engines. So this is their engine 12. This is a 2000 International with a crimson body. Has 1,000 gallons of water on it, but it also has some light Rusco tools. They designate this as their second out piece. If you haven't seen it already on station rigs, this is engine 11. This is a 2020 HME. It's got 1,000 gallons of water. It is their first out piece. So engine 11 is a very special apparatus here. The reason for that is because this town is very patriotic. They're very proud of their military, their police, fire, and EMS. And the department wanted to portray that. So what they did, they put gray over red, symbolizing the military service that's in this area. So as we're finishing up another Station Cribs, I want to say thank you to Chief Saucier for inviting us out to Indiana. We're making our way across the country, and you were kind enough to invite us out here, so thank you for doing that. And is there anything you want to put to our audience that can help you?
Well, like I said, thanks for coming out. This is awesome. I've been following your channel for a few months now and really look forward to every new episode that you have come out. I'm glad you're here. Again, we're going to use this as a recruitment and retention tool. If you're interested in volunteering at New Whiteland Fire Department, you can check out our Facebook page, New Whiteland Fire Department. You can check out the town's website, newwhiteland.in.gov, and it has a link for our online application. And again, thank you for coming out.
As I'm exiting, do us a favor, hit that subscribe, hit that notification so we can keep bringing you more episodes.